To this day, third base has never received a royalty check.
How many copies did you sell?
A little over 2.5 million. On Cactus, unrecouped.
That's crazy.
But 35-year rule, December 1, I get it all back, and it all wipes away. And by the way, we're doing 250 million streams a year.
What?
And still.
To this day.
That's
crazy.
So how does that not,
bro? The Cactus album is crazy.
No, it is. It
That
is.
album
So
is crazy.
when December 1st happens,
Good money.
Gucci the rest of my
The
life.
debt goes away.
Everything. And that's the beautiful part about the 35-year rule is that no matter what happened before, it all gets wiped away.
right.
Wow.
And the other thing that's interesting too, and this is the other thing, getting deep in the weeds. I hope I'm not boring y'all at home. I know you want to hear some other fly shit, but
No, this is
so this is the thing that's interesting. So most artists peak, you're making 4 points or 5 points on an album.
Yeah.
So what are 4 or 5 points? Well, that's in ratio to what the album sells, right?
Right.
So if you're making 4 or 5 points on $10, what is that?
Per album?
What'd you say?
You said $4?
So if you're getting 4 to 5 points, and your album sells for $10 to $12, what are you making as an artist?
About $4 to $5 per album.
About a
No,
dollar.
that would be 4 points. No, because that would be 50%. That would be 50 points.
Like $1 and
Point
$1.10. Low.
0.4. It would be
75.
0.4. It would be 0.4.
4 cents.
It'd be less than
So you're making
like
about
a fucking penny.
maybe
cents.
you're
Not
making
even.
about 24 cents, 25 if you're getting a better deal. But yeah, 4 or 5 points on $10 is about
0.4,
25 cents an
0.5.
album.
That's great.
Right?
That's right.
No, it's
compared to
business.
CDs
So
and tapes back in the day.
so
You signed it, bro. You signed
say?
it. You actually
That.
you signed
Yeah.
it.
that.
Period.
So, but now let's flip that. So let's flip this for 1 second. So the revenue on my record now is whatever, 4 or 5 points. So now when I get my thing back,
Masters.
pause, right?
I get my thing back.
Yeah.
I own 85% of the master because I still have a rate of 15% that has to go to Universal.
Right.
But now I'm making 85% an album on every stream.
But don't. But
You release everything back.
isn't it with you have
And
to
they
show-
haven't released the Cactus album in 25 years.
Yes. So you're going to re-release it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
He said,
yes.
"Oh yes."
Wait, so
3D,
but
3D mastering everything.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
But don't you have to sell a certain amount of streams to make about $100?
So the streaming numbers are close to that. It's 0.0038 per stream. That's on freemium. On premium, it's 0.0025. So for 1,250 streams, it's about $7.
Compared to JPEG.
So
You know, you stream it on-
So now, but you can say that all you want, but you're still looking at a 60 to 70 million subscriber rate. So what I always say is it's always about the tonnage. I would rather do tonnage at 0.0025 than JPEG at 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers or 3,000 or 5,000 subscribers at 10.
So
Because
no,
the
I
ratio is
wasn't
great.
talking
No,
about JPEG. I'm talking about JPEG, the
JPEG.
prison.
Prison stuff
where it's hard
okay,
sales.
Yeah, they
No,
can purchase
you make
it.
80
Right,
sales
right,
now.
right.
You make 80 to
Right.
90% per sale,
Right.
hard sale.
But you're still, again, you're still
You're dealing
talking
with
about,
a smaller market.
you're still talking
right,
about let's say it's 500,000 people. You still need 100% of them to buy a record every day to equate to 60 million Spotify users, 400 whatever Apple users,
Yeah.
35 million Tidal users, 20 million Pandora users
Right.
every day.
Hey.
On each platform. Yep.
Every day.
But yeah, and every
got
platform
you.
pays different.
Right.
They all
Yeah.
have their own.
So yeah, so
Supposedly
and-
Tidal has the best rate.
and it's still 0.0 something, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like I think what people get caught up on is, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Well, please build a platform that gets 60 million users, and give me $1.
It's the
I
elimination.
gotta ask though, have you ever pondered on how they came up with the .000?
Yeah, so it's a combination of a lot of things, and the big part of it is the licensing agreement between the labels and the actual distributor. So DSP stands for Digital Service Provider, right? So the digital service providers, everybody got to eat, right? You know, so the labels made a deal, Spotify made a deal, and they said, okay, this is how we can function with our servers. Running a server at that size, it's a lot of money. Then you have operation costs, it's a lot of money. Then you have legal, it's a lot of money. Like all of that stuff is a lot of money, and I'm not trying to do that myself, with all due respect.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that. You do it. Let me just deliver the music.
Right.
And let's figure out how to find it. Like I'm much better at marketing and promoting myself than I am figuring out the schematics of a hard server with a hard line to multiple IPs. Like I'm not trying to even go back to school for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather understand it. And then if I think you are off, your math is off, then I can just send you what's called a desk audit. Now it's not a forensic audit, it's just a desk audit. It's like, yo homie, show me the numbers.
But given the advancement of technology, these servers become.
I feel
less
so
and
fucking
less.
bad. There's nobody watching this at this point. There's like
No, they're gonna watch.
Serch, you're so biased.
history.
You're tripping.
Yo, Fat Joe stood up with fucking 30 bands in his hand, and I'm talking about .0038 on the DSP. Fucking man, like this fucking white boy is boring as fuck.
Nah, Serch.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
where's the baby at? Like, damn, where's that motherfucker at? Damn, can we get fucking Herbo G in here? Like, where the fuck is he at?
G Herbo. G Herbo.
They need to know this. They want to know this.
Where is
They wanna
Moneybag
know
Yo? Like, can I speak to Yo, please?
Part of the 5 hours we spent with Guru was him explaining a lot
all
of
this stuff.
Yeah, but Guru's like, okay, anyway, go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
People want to hear this.
Yeah,
Serch.
don't sell yourself short.
I have a
But I
story
do
we
wanna-
can
hold on.
bring up later that I think will.
But I do want to
fine.
I'm
ask,
just fucking with you.
with the advancement of technology, these things become easier to manage, and the cost of maintenance to take care of these things goes down.
No, I disagree. I think it's the opposite.
It goes up.
I think so. That's my personal opinion. There could be people that disagree. I think even in the metaverse, what you're going to find is that the more bit rate there is, and the higher the bit rate goes, the more those costs are going to skyrocket. And it's going to be just very hard to manage the same kind of numbers that Snoop is getting, the same kind of numbers. You know, when you start talking about Verizon bit rate numbers, that, you know, it's one of my businesses that I'm building. We have a company called Unition, and we deal with virtual festivals all the time. And Verizon bit rates, that's a hefty number, bro. It's a hefty number. So I politely disagree.
Okay, so let's rewind.
Sure.
So Simmons massaging your shoulders.
Right.
You get signed.
Yeah.
What happens from there?
Yeah, that was a mission. So to be honest with you, he says it, but then he doesn't really do it. So he sent us a contract that was bullshit. I'm just gonna keep it a bean.
Yeah.
It was a bullshit contract. And we tried to figure out how to get a better deal. It wasn't really working. My favorite conversation during that whole time, and one of my touring partners before my group, was I would go on the road with a very well-known band out of Brooklyn called Stetsasonic. Daddy-O was not only my mentor and my friend, but he was like a surrogate father to me. And what would happen is he would love to take me on the road and then say, yo, I'm gonna bring my son out, he wants to dance for y'all. And they put on Go Stetson, I'd come out and do the Running Man and go white boy, like having a blast, right? So Daddy-O goes to Tommy Boy and Tom Silverman and says, hey, there's this group, you should sign third base. And we went in there and the whole thing, and Tom looks at us.
Where'd the name come?
I'm sorry, third base?
Yes.
So originally the name of the group was Three the Hard Way from the
Movie.
Jim Kelly movie.
Right.
At the very last minute, Universal didn't give us the rights to put out a music group. And the album was 6 weeks from coming out. And there's actually a recording on the album of us meeting with Russell before the gas face song. It's an actual recording of
Yep.
our conversation of coming up with the name. And originally, we were going to call the group Three Blind Mics. We just thought it was
thank
fly.
God.
Yeah, I just thought it was fly.
Thank
No, I know. I thought it was fly. But
What?
That
Three
wasn't
Blind Mics. I just thought it was.
That
I
wasn't
just
the-
thought- I
that
just,
was
I
not
just
the
thought it
way
was
you
fly.
You was
I
just
thought-
gonna blindfold each
No,
other.
no, I just
No!
Yo,
Yo, we
no,
here.
no, that's gimmicky. But we just thought it was a dope, like a nice play. We used to. Our whole thing was play on words. Play on words.
That wasn't
Our
the
whole
worst
thing.
name they
Yeah.
came up with. in
You know
that
what I'm saying?
skit.
Yeah,
That
no,
wasn't the worst
trust me.
That wasn't the worst one.
Yeah, nah,
I remember that
no.
skit.
We were fucking with him. We were fucking with Russell. One of the names we came up with was Three Hard Dicks.
Oh my
We were
God.
just fucking with
Yo,
him.
I remember this.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.